Welcome into the Bojangles countdown to tip off. We've got a lot to talk about as Campbell back on national TV on the Big Ten Network tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Campbell takes on Minnesota out of the Big Ten. We will talk to Campbell head men's basketball coach John Andrzejek about the challenge and about the challenge of this really hard non-conference schedule that is about to come to an end. Speaking of the final non-conference game of the season comes up this Tuesday in just 2 days. It'll be at home at Gore Arena. We've got a special deal and a special time for you. 12 noon on Tuesday against Green Bay, December 23rd. Everybody in for $5, except, of course, those 12 and under that get in absolutely free. So, look, you probably will have some relatives in town. The kids are home from school. You want something to do with them in the middle of the day, bring them to Gore Arena. Special price. Everybody gets in for just $5. Kids 12 and under are in for free. It is a noon start against a improving Green Bay team who is coached by Doug Gottlieb, who has been a national radio host, the former college basketball player, very opinionated. It's his second year coaching Green Bay. They are a much improved team. Minnesota taking on Campbell at the Minnesota thing tonight. Hey guys, how are you doing? Hey. Oh, I'm recording this. Hey, there you are. Okay, speaking of, you can tell that I am recording this at home. And when we talked to Campbell head coach John Andershek, we talked to him from the church parking lot, right, guys? Do you remember that? All right, here's our interview with Coach John Andershek, and I'll put these guys in the other room. With head coach John Andershek. And coach, this is the third Ten team you're playing on the road. This is the fifth Power Four team you're playing on the road, and Gonzaga makes it six of these high majors.
Gonzaga's the most talented of all of them.
Right?
Say
Right?
I would say sixth. I think we're safe calling the Final Four contenders a Power Five team.
No doubt, no doubt. And with all of that, coach, before we dive into Minnesota, which will be your last one here on the non-conference, what has been the positives you have been able to take out from this gauntlet of a schedule?
I think we've learned a lot about ourselves. I mean, both stuff that we're good at. I mean, I think we're a legitimately good team at getting offensive rebounds and at getting the foul line. I mean, we've been able to do both those things even against some of the best competition in the country. We've also learned some stuff we got to get better at, and I think these games have forced us to make adaptations to how we coach, what we work on. Obviously, some of our guys have had to make some adjustments to how they attack these sort of teams and how they play. And all that stuff's good. I'd rather have to learn a lot of lessons early in the season that maybe can benefit us in league play rather than the other way around. So, good things have come of it. But we would love to get one of these at some point. Today's not going to be easy by any stretch. This is a very good team that runs really sharp offense. They play a different style than a lot of these games we've played against Power Five opponents. They're fundamentally trying to beat you with the pass and the cut and the screen. In a lot of ways, they run similar actions to what our fans have been used to seeing for the last 10 years. They basically run Princeton offense, but just a more modernized version of it. So they kind of get right to the chase, get right to point screen away or point over the top or drift wraparounds, things like that, five out. And they're good at it. They're constantly watching how you're guarding things and taking advantage of if you're going under this or you're chasing that or you're switching this. They get different counters for different stuff, and then they got one of the best players in the country, the Tyson kid from North Carolina, who's a matchup problem because he can really shoot and he can run off screens and knock down threes, but he's also big and strong and can post you and get offensive rebounds too. So figuring out how we're going to match up with him will be a challenge. But I like the direction of our team. I think we played pretty good at Penn State, and if we just were able to turn it over a little less, I think we could have won that one, or at least got it to the wire. I think we played well at Gonzaga. I mean that result was not a bad result, especially considering how many possessions there were in the game, how good they are. I think they're one of the three or four best teams in the country. I think they're a true Final Four national title contender. And we hung around for a long time. With 9 minutes to go, we were down 10. And the issue in that game has been our biggest issue this season is we turned it over too much. And we're well aware of that. I think it's something we've tried to work on in practice. We've done different passing drills to try to make sure we're catching and throwing everything with two hands. We've watched our all of our turnovers after every game for the last 6 or 7 games as a team. So we're trying to get better there. Um, I think that's going to go a long way to determine how good we can be offensively. Is we got to get shots because if we get shots, we can get on the glass with the best of them. We can get second chances. We've also emphasized that we got to put the ball inside. We got to throw high lows. We got to get the ball to Dovey, give him a chance to work. I thought it was really impressive what he was able to do really just one-on-one against some of the premier bigs in the country with Gonzaga between Ike and Huff and being able to shoot over 50% from two on those guys. That's pretty darn good. So we'll see. And then I think our defense is getting better. I've shown some real, or I've seen some real strides on that side of the ball. I think we're starting to see the light a little bit and become a little bit more connected of a team. I think we play pretty hard, reasonably hard on that end. I always want us to be the hardest playing team out there, but I think we give good effort. And, as our communication gets better and we get more comfortable playing with each other, I think we got a chance to be a pretty good defensive team come league time.
For the fans, for the people that follow this team, we know that you are right there neck to neck with one of the best teams in the country in Gonzaga. So many other good teams you have a chance to win when you have played this. Does that translate to the players that are actually in it? Do they realize that they have really been standing up and doing well against some of these great teams?
Yeah, I think honestly, it's probably a little weakness of for me as a coach. Like I probably need to celebrate that stuff a little bit more, and just be a little bit more positive with some of those results. I mean, I hate to lose. You won't find somebody that hates losing as much as I do. I'm as competitive as they come. So in the moment it's hard for me to take a lot of pride and if we lose by 11 to Penn State or something because I'm thinking, man, cut a couple turnovers here, get a couple more stops, like we could have had that one. But it's true, we've had a lot of good performances that should bode well for the future of the season, and should give us confidence. That's an area we got to build up, I think, a little bit. We haven't shot the ball as well, at least recently, as I would like, or I think any of our guys would like. And I think some of that is just we've played really, really good teams, so it's hard to get in a rhythm, get in a stride. But hopefully that'll improve as we get going. But yeah, I mean, outside of Wake Forest, we've competed pretty good. I mean, Wisconsin for 30 minutes was a great basketball game. It was a 4-point game coming down the stretch. Um, West Virginia went all the way to the wire, went to the foul game at the end. If we made a couple shots, we could have won that one. Penn State was a great game. Again, just a couple turnovers in the first half, but we tightened it up in the second half, had a chance there late. And then Gonzaga, I mean, when you compare us to other teams in our weight class, we've done as well as anybody did so far this season. The only team that beat them was Michigan, and the only teams that have really played games with them are real Power Five schools. And there's been a lot of teams like that have lost by a ton to them as well. I mean, I think let's say they beat Maryland 100 to 61, something like that. So, they're a rare force. They're unlike a lot of teams in college basketball. So, we're making progress, but it's we got a couple big games coming up, and we're gonna have to flip the script quickly and make sure our style of play and everything adjusts well to the teams in our league because that's what it's all about.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. Good luck again, and it'll be great seeing you back home here in
Yeah.
2 days. Good luck tonight. Thank you for the time.
Now we got a couple fun games. I know it's so over Christmas, but anybody and everybody that can come out to that Green Bay game. It's an early tip off. I think it's noon on the 23rd. We need your help. They're much improved. They beat a really good Santa Barbara team just recently. They beat Iona this year. They beat UMass. They're good. There's no way around it. So we're going to have to compete. We're going to have to play really well, and we need your support and your help to get us over the line.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Roll humps. Let's go.
So Sunday is family time, and it presents a little bit of problems when you have, oh, we won't say problems, but some challenges when you are trying to do a pregame show on Sunday. So why don't you do this? Enjoy the basketball tonight at 6 o'clock. Campbell taking on Minnesota on the Big Ten Network. And don't forget, a noon game on December 23rd. Campbell will take on Green Bay. And then the home CAA opener January 3rd. It's a Saturday at noon. It'll be nationally televised on CBS Sports Network. Everybody in Harnett County is in for free. That's right. Free game for Harnett County. More, much more at gocamels.com. All right, go Camels. Say bye, everybody.